Now for the part of the game that kind of brings it all to a halt. I mean, I kind of get the point of why they're here, but you're just so slow. I'll have more to talk about these little segments once we get at the end of the game, because there's a lot of things in this that I definitely want to talk about, but right at the beginning isn't the point or the time for this. Where am I? Who are all you people? Sorry.
Liara, can I help you?
I've been forwarding the Turian Counselor information on the Prothean device. It can't be built without Council support, but he's not budging until their Primarch is safe.
I know.
Are you alright?
I didn't get what you'd call a good night's rest.
There's more to it than that, isn't there? What's really bothering you?
The Reapers are here, now. And the Council, the other races, are only interested in looking after themselves. How many civilians are dying while they wait for us to make the first move?
At least the Council can't deny the Reapers exist. They'll come around. They've got to.
Commander Shepard? I'm Specialist... Oh. I beg your pardon. I thought you were alone.
I was just leaving.
Commander Shepard, I'm Comm Specialist Samantha Traynor with Alliance R&D. I was part of the team retrofitting the Normandy after you turned it over to the Alliance. There weren't many of us aboard when the Reapers hit.
Military again.
I need the Normandy functional. What exactly have you done to my ship?
We upgraded communications and removed most of the Cerberus tech, Commander.
Meaning?
The ship's in line with Alliance regs now, and it has new, top-of-the-line, quantum entanglement communicators. In fact, Admiral Anderson had intended to use the Normandy as his mobile command center.
That's no longer an option.
Yes, I heard he chose to stay and fight. In any event, I'm honored to serve under you, Commander. For as long as you need me, that is. They only sent me here to oversee the retrofits.
Shepard, some of our systems require further testing, and Specialist Traynor has been extremely effective during installation. I would prefer that she remain.
Got it, Edie.
Wait, since when does a virtual intelligence make requests?
Edie's an AI. Fully self-aware.
Oh, I knew it. I knew Joker was lying.
Jeff requested that I pretend to be a simple VI to protect myself. I apologize for the deception.
Thanks, Edie, and I apologize for all those times I talked about how... attractive your voice was. Anyway, shall I give you a tour? I think you'll be impressed by the new upgrades. In the CIC, you'll find the galaxy map where you can set the Normandy's destination. You can also check your messages at your private terminal. The War Room houses a strategic command center for mission-specific intel and war analysis. The shuttle bay contains an armory where you can modify your equipment between missions. Finally, Liara has set up a lot of hardware down in the old XO office on Deck 3. I think she's claimed that room. And there you are. Still the same ship as before, it just flies Alliance colors now. Speaking of which, I believe Admiral Hackett would like to speak to you at the VidCon.
Commander, Udina updated me on your meeting with the Council. Sounds like they're running scared.
I think I understand their concerns.
We did present them with a lot of unknowns. They're feeling threatened and want immediate solutions, not theories.
Theories are all we've got right now. What's your plan?
I'm trying to get the Turian Primarch for a summit meeting with the Asari and Solarians. I'll bypass the Council and appeal directly to their leadership.
That's good, I like it. This is where we start laying the groundwork for our counterattack.
Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot to back it up right now.
Then build alliances. Gather everything and everybody you can for the cause.
What about the Prothean device?
Find me people who can help build it, and if you can't, I'll take ships, soldiers, supplies, whatever you can get. We need to keep hitting the Reapers across every theater of war they open. Buy us time to figure out the device.
And when it's finished?
Assuming it ever is, we pool all our resources. Think of it as a giant armada for delivering the device, when the Reapers are most vulnerable. The stronger you can make that armada, the better the chances of punching through.
And Earth?
What about Earth, sir?
We'll just have to hope Anderson and what's left of the Alliance forces can hold out until we've dealt with the enemy.
I understand.
Good. Then make it happen, Commander. I'll be expecting regular updates on your progress. Hack it out.
Okay, let's have a look around the ship. So, war terminal. People, weapons, armies and fleets that you've accumulated are your war assets. The overall readiness of the galaxy determines how effectively these assets will perform in the final battle. Okay, so basically we have a bar that we need to move from left to right to ensure that we get a good ending. Good to know. What we got here? Through here. That looks like it's going to be
I
important.
can't believe the council won't help. Come on, Sarah. If Thessia was lost and Earth hadn't been touched yet, you can be damn sure we'd be guarding our own borders.
Good to know.
Commander, the Alliance has found a new Cerberus lab on Sanctum. Admiral Hackett would like you to investigate.
Yep, but I've got emails to read. Spec Ops from Stephen Hackett, Shepard. Alliance forces are stretched thin across the galaxy. We need your specific talents for a series of ops. These missions will open doors for the Alliance in places we can't touch through conventional means. We'll deploy operatives to hold points after you've completed objectives. I need you to head to Cerberus Lab on Sanctum. I'll brief you when you're inbound. From Hackett to Shepard. This letter formally acknowledges your reinstatement in the Alliance Fleet, Alliance Navy per Admiral David Anderson's recent verbal communication. Under Emergency War Powers Regulation 103.5, you are hereby authorized to assume command of the Normandy SR-2. You are directed to begin interdiction operations against any and all enemies posing threat to Earth, its colonies, its allies. Furthermore, you've granted diplomatic authority to establish treaties with non-human races as required to support your mission. From Hackett. From Alliance Fleet Operations X1A.34 to all Alliance military personnel. This is galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1, enemy presence confirmed in Sol System, Earth under Reaper attack. All Alliance military personnel are directed to evacuate Sol System. At first available opportunity, do not attempt to Earth approach. Heavy enemy resistance reported. Do not attempt Earth approach. Further instructions to follow on coded Crimson tactic. Earth-based Alliance personnel unable to evacuate are directed to commence any and all necessary countermeasures. All remaining Alliance personnel outside Seoul Theatre are directed to muster at pre-appointed staging areas and commence offensive combat operations at first available opportunity. In absence of further instruction, independent action is authorized. Subject: My dog. Dear Commander Shepard, I was a contractor working on Normandy haptic interface when it was your VIE day. Emailed me to let me know that I left my mechanical dog on board. I'm all the way in Terra Nova and would hate for you to go a million clicks out of your way to drive. Please take care of her. She likes exploring, sniffing chemical traits and 750 volt outlets. Thank you and sorry for doing that. Okay. From Hackett to Shepard, never had a chance to get you some new N7 equipment back on Earth. I've arranged for an N7 Defender armor to be delivered to the Normandy. So that's the DLC. From Joker: Hey Commander, we just got a shipment of armor delivered to the Normandy. It's a group of Alliance soldiers who used to be stationed on Rhode Island. You don't know how they found us. They left a note that just says, "You need this more than we do." The armor's called Reckonant Night or something. You can check it out in the equipment locker. Man, those arm spikes look like they could take someone's eye out. From Lieutenant D. Eugene to Shepard, your VI Eddie has put in a request for a handful of N7 grade weapons. Happy to oblige. I led the engineers who retrofitted the Normandy. When it turned over to the Alliance, Eddie kept me company while we were overhauling the Normandy's interior. She's a beautiful ship, Commander. I miss working on her. Left guns in your locker. Da da da. From Edie. The N7 Valkyrie assault rifle is issued to every new Alliance recruit and it's standard issue among ground forces. Alliance telemetry shows the weapon displays excellent efficiency in combat, and since the Normandy is now an Alliance vessel, I was able to request a number of these. The Argus rifle received more positive ratings than any other assault rifle in the polls of law enforcement. I've reviewed the statistical data collected by these agencies and believe the recommendations to be sound. A shipment of Argus rifles have been delivered to the weapons lockers. Should you wish to test them yourselves. Edie. From Liara to Sony, a few weeks ago I found interesting schematic for a fully automatic sniper rifle called the Indra. The set I commissioned was delivered to the Normandy. You can find the rifle in the weapons lockers. The Indra will do far more good in your hands than it would do sitting in a warehouse. Quarian Frilly. From Alliance News Network Information Partners by Rudolus Rufus, ANN contributor. Citadel, where is the Quarian fleet? The latest intelligence shows that the Reapers are taking system after system at a feverish pace. Members of all races are fleeing their stations, colonies, and in some cases homeworlds. This kind of forced exodus might seem especially familiar to the nomadic Quarians, who were pushed off their own homeworld by synthetic Geth centuries ago, but the galaxy pushed back against the Reapers. The Quarians are now conspicuously absent. Taurian Alliance spokesman cannot provide the fleet's current location. They said they have no concerns at this moment. Whatever the Quarians are up to, they want kept secret from the Council. After refueling at Ilium, the fleet have no stated destination and also reports of a galaxy-wide call for young adult Quarians to abandon their pilgrimages, return to fleet. Greedy and short-sighted powers will always try and gain the upper hand in most times of the galactic crisis. We only hope whatever the Quarians are planning to do does not interfere with the only thing that should matter, stopping the Reapers. Edie. While we were in dry docks, Joker suggested that a small welcome gift would be appropriate to have on hand. You should be reinstated as commander, as the ship does not have the capacity to accommodate the dancers he suggested. I chose something from the Alliance official systems Alliance catalogue. Soldiers who've held N7 designation for 5 years are entitled to a complimentary hoodie. Okay. From Glyph. Dear Commander Shepard, some of the data you found allowed me to research and upgrade for you. Simply X so that's an upgrade. From Alliance Commander, Cerberus has attacked us. Eden Prime is now occupying the colony. Alliance forces are stretched too thin right now to attempt to liberate the colony, but we're doing what we can to covertly aid the local resistance. In the process, we've learned that Cerberus has uncovered a major Prothean artifact. We don't know what it is, but it appears to be the only reason for the attack on the colony. We need you to infiltrate the colony and recover. Okay, email's done. That's a lot of reading. Okay, let's go and say hello to Joker, because it's one of them things that you got to do when you're on the ship. Make sure that there's nothing else hiding out around here. Hello!
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking? Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
Awesome. So he's taking it serious. Nothing else? Nope. Okay. So, let's have a look at the crew deck. The Wall of Doom. aka, well, not really Doom, but it's just the list of people that I've lost throughout the campaigns. Anyone in here? No. Okay. Anyone in here? No. Okay. Life support? Probably not. Nope. Card table. No, nothing secret. So if I remember right, there's like ships dotted around in here. Let's go the easy route and have a chat with our new doc.
Hello there, Commander.
How are you settling in, Doctor?
Good. I've been busy restocking supplies and running diagnostics. It's nice working alone in a fresh lab. I get to set up everything just the way I want. Anyway, now that you're here, I'd like to examine you.
Why?
Do you have concerns about my health?
You have an extensive number of cybernetic implants.
I died. Cerberus spent a fortune bringing me back.
I know. I just want to make sure everything checks out. It'll take no time.
It doesn't hurt to be safe. It won't hurt, will it?
No, nothing invasive. I just need to run some implant diagnostics and take readings of your immune system. Your implants are doing quite nicely. Little sign of rejection. Keep up your current outlook and your scar shouldn't return. Thank you for indulging me. Everything looks fine. May I help you at all?
How does working on a military vessel compare to your Citadel clinic?
It's a completely different experience. I like that I have fewer patients under my care. I can really focus and get to know each person. But the workday never ends here. I don't get to go home. I'm always on call. But you're making a real difference. So by being here, I'm making a difference too.
Let's find out about her family.
Do you have any family?
My parents are on Earth, Geneva. The news isn't good.
I'm sorry.
But my brother is safe on the Citadel. I'll count my blessings where I can.
And how's the medbay?
Do we have enough medical supplies?
Luckily, the med bay was one of the first areas the retrofit team stocked. That's fortunate. Who knows how long we'll have to be self-sufficient.
Just let me know if you need anything.
I will.
Fantastic. Anything here? Dead robot. What is that? Oh, reassign powers. Reassign bonus powers. Okay. Anything else around here? I doubt it, but let's give it a go. Nope. Nope. Being silly. Drop down here. And now this conversation.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you've found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day. Meeting with the council didn't go too well, huh?
It was less than ideal.
I'm shocked.
At least the council can't deny the Reapers exist. I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
Ammo or shields? Ammo. Being able to shoot more? Handy. So, what are you?
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Glyph reminded me to clean up old notes, perhaps reviewing them lead to something useful on Promethean device. 2171, the University of Ceres agreed to sponsor me at the Prothean dig on Dartap. Very exciting. Professor Hanno is heading the expedition herself. Maybe I can ask her for her opinion on my thesis outline. What's that? So 3 years later, I believe Dr. Jesuona was right to suggest that the Prothean artifacts we unearthed are from the Third Age, not the Fourth. What an embarrassing mistake. At least we seem to approve of the rest of the paper. And then 9 years later, I'm going on the Therium expedition. I never thought I'd gain permission to visit any Prothean ruins there, but the University of Ceres have secured the funding after all. Now the pack. Goddess, this human shepherd has the key to comprehending the Protheans on a instinctual subconscious level. If only I could have been there when Commander touched the beacon on Eden Prime. Tried to learn more about this cipher on board the Normandy. The involvement of the Reapers is troubling to say the least. And then 2 years later, I reviewed the old Shadow Broker's footage of the collectors. It's chilling to know that they're just Promethean husks, and at least nothing sentient could possibly remain after the Reapers did to them. Made contact with Tazix yesterday. The look on his face was priceless. He's not happy you put me in charge of the scouting of the terminal systems, but he's doing a good job from keeping us alive. I've never seen so many pirates and mercs on the edge. The black market's unreliable and getting harder to make contact with suppliers. The Alliance won't be able to rely on it as a resource for the crucible materials for long if things get worse. Some of the other operatives think we should cut our losses now, but I just keep asking them, when did the odds ever stop the broker? P.S. Hope you finally got our little friend Droney to stop saying shadow and broker out loud in the same sentence to anyone in sight. And Liara.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Agreed.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard.
Yay!
Please, enjoy your day.
Why, thank you, glowing little white ball. So, where to next? Engineering, I suppose. So, what do we have here? Anything womany?
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Get us the support.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
Okay. Let's head down here. Anything? No. Oh. Shadow broker model. Man, it's going to take me a while to remember all the location of those little models are. Anything else? We have new engineer. Let's have a chat with him then.
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean. I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chalk was contacting me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
No need.
Your alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers?
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a BI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Carry
on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
There we go. Have we done this side? Yes, we have. That's closed, that's closed. Okay, it just leaves Shuttle Bay. So, here's the shuttle deck. Armor. Okay. Material. That looks cool. That. Pattern. Pattern colour. What was I thinking? That's right. That. Didn't want it to. And we'll make the lights the black. Fantastic. Urban camo. Cortez. Let's have a word with you.
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
What's the situation?
Good work, Lieutenant. What have you got?
Dios! Straight to business without even a hello? You two need to chill out.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. With my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Okay, let's work this way.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
Okay. Let's check his service record.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So, you can fly fighters and fix them?
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
So what happened to the ground vehicles?
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
And the shell.
Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
And lastly...
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, I won't talk about it. Where? Oh, that must be that dog. Yep, that is that dog. Okay. What are you? Okay, so you're where I can... Yeah, that's a little bit more expensive. Okay. Weapon upgrades. I think I'm going to hold off on doing those for a little bit. Weapon bench, same deal. Worry about that just before I go on a mission. There's him. And I think else around here before I chat to him. Aha. We got another model ship. Model ship. Model ship. Okay, looks like you're the last guy for me to talk to.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal. Unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yeah. We're gonna rescue a Turian Primarch from Paladin.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You down here for a reason?
I thought I'd come say hi.
Just came down to talk.
Great. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Yeah, why not?
I think I can handle it.
Okay, loco. Let's dance.
Don't push your luck, Vega. With age comes wisdom. And rank.
Ha! You sound like my old CO.
Oh yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
Nope. But that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So? Maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war.
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey, thanks for the dance, Loco.
Loco, huh?
I can think of worse things to call you.
As long as you remember who's in charge, you can call me whatever you want.
Oh, I won't forget.
Most unconvincing fight ever. But yeah, not convinced at that fight at all. I should have really worked on... Oh, there's one. There's another one. Yay! Well, the only place left is obviously the captain's cabin, so let's just quickly drop there. So, private terminal. They're getting there. That's music studio, yep, just like the other games. And that. So, on that note, I think we'll call that a wrap on this episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope to see you at the next one.